everyone, Shireen here and welcome back to Beauty Editing 101. Today's video is super exciting because it's sponsored by Digital Products 669 and I'm going to show you how to edit like a pro YouTuber in Final Cut Pro by using their The YouTuber Pack 3.0 plugins and templates. All of these cool effects you see right here are features that you can easily master and customize. The best part, no animation skills needed. Are you ready to edit like a pro YouTuber? Let's do this. Before we begin, you might be wondering, what is a plugin? A plugin is like a template that allows you to speed up your workflow to achieve a certain look or style. The YouTuber Pack 3.0 comes with 100 plugins, including 20 logo reveals, 25 lower thirds, 15 transitions, 10 end screens, 10 side infos, and 20 titles. A regular license for this pack costs $33. The download link for this pack can be found in my video description, so check there for that. After you download the YouTuber Pack 3.0, find and open the folder in your downloads. If you need additional help, refer to the help documentation file. Fun fact, there is a download link for 13 fonts in this document, so definitely check it out. To import the plugins into Final Cut Pro, open another Finder window and search for Movies. Open the Movies folder, then click on Motion Templates, then Titles. From the YouTuber Pack 3.0 files, drag and drop all folders except the Help Documentation and TYP Transitions into the Titles folder. Next, drag and drop the TYP Transitions folder into the Transitions folder. Now we can open up Final Cut Pro. To begin, I have all of these clips pre-selected into my timeline. We're going to go ahead and edit a quick little makeup tutorial, but of course, you can apply all of these effects to any sort of video, no matter whether it's vlogs, sports videos, fitness routines, you name it, these presets will work with it. The first thing I want to do is add a logo reveal to the beginning of the video. So we're going to go up here to where it says Titles and Generators sidebar. Go ahead and click on that. And now you want to make sure that you're in the titles section. I'm going to go ahead and scroll up to the logo reveal section, and then I'm going to be picking the number 10 because I really love the way that this looks. Of course, there's so many other options. Feel free to just scroll through them and figure out which one you like best and thinks works best with your video. But for me, I really like 10, so I'm going to click this and then drag and drop it to the beginning of the video. Now you see that all of these options come up for us to be able to edit the colors and text and all that good stuff. So I'm going to start off by editing the background gradient. I want to do more of a pink corally theme for this because it matches the makeup look. So I'm just going to go ahead and mess with these settings and we'll be right back. All right, now for the logo, you'll see that there's already this pre-imported logo from when we downloaded the preset pack. To insert my own logo, what I'm gonna do is go back over here to where all my files are at, and I'm gonna select this clip right here, which is my logo in a PNG file format. So now that we have this into our timeline, we're gonna be able to access it in the settings of this logo reveal. So I'm gonna go right here and then press on this, and then click the crown logo and then apply clip. Now you'll see it automatically changed it to my logo. So now I can go ahead and delete this and we're still left with my logo. To change the color, you can simply do it by scrubbing through these color options under the logo parameter. So I'm gonna stick with the whole pink theme. Something like that looks fine. To change the wording, all you have to do is scroll down in this sidebar and then type in whatever you want to put. So for me, I'm going to put queenshirin, which is my channel name. And then to edit the font, click on it right here. And then it'll take you to this new tab, which is called the text inspector. Now in here, you can go ahead and change all of these settings. So what I'm going to do is change the font to Avenir Next. I just think it looks a lot nicer. It's currently my favorite. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to change this to Demi Bold Italic. You can also change the font size if you want. You can change the tracking, which is basically the spacing. You can change a lot of things, but I'm just going to keep it the way it was. So now let's go back to this beginning part. You'll see that you can even change the parameters here. So this orange part can be changed, and I'm going to go back over here to the title inspector and change it from that mustardy orange color to more of a corally pink. So that way it'll match with this whole aesthetic. Now let's give that a watch. Perfect. So if you want to trim down this little logo reveal, you can definitely do that. You'll notice that around right here is where it basically stops animating. So if you want your logo to be shorter, the logo reveal I mean, just go ahead and pull down that right side of the clip to trim it down. And now we have something that's 5 seconds long. Next, let's insert a title. I'm going to be using these first two clips as my opening clips to insert a title over top of. So we're going to go back to this tab right here, make sure that you're still in titles, and then we're going to scroll down until we get to the title section. Alright, so now that we have all of these title options, you can go ahead and scrub through them to get a feel for what they look like. I'm going to be going with title 15. Now instantly you'll notice that this title drags all the way across these clips right here, which is where it starts getting into the actual tutorial. So what I'm going to do is just trim it down so that it ends right here. To adjust the settings, you're going to do the same exact thing that we just did for the logo reveal. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust the colors, fonts, and we'll be right back. Alright, let's see how this looks. Love it! Isn't that so easy? These are such a great way to instantly just amp up the look of your videos. Now let's add a transition to take us from the intro to the actual tutorial. To add a transition, open up this transitions tab right here. So now you'll see that once you select the TYP transitions, it'll pull up all of these preset transitions. So I'm going to be picking the transition number 3, which looks like this. Let's go ahead and drag and drop that in between these two clips right here. And now I'm just going to adjust the colors. So good. So the focus of this little tutorial is going to be this lipstick right here. With products, I like to have a lower third to describe what brand the product is from and also the shade name. So let's go ahead and pull up the lower thirds. We're going to go back to this titles tab up here and then scroll up until we get to the lower thirds. There we go. So here are a bunch of lower thirds. What I'm going to be doing is a lower third 5. I really love this one, especially for product names and information. So I'm going to take this right over top of this clip right here, where I pull out the lipstick, and then I'm going to trim it down so it ends when that clip ends. Now let's go ahead and adjust the settings once again. Alright, so instantly you'll notice that this text is way too long for this preset, but not to worry, we can change that. So what I'm going to do is go over to this tab right here, and then we are going to adjust the font. So make sure that this lower third is selected, select that top line, and then just make the size smaller. Something like that is perfect. And now let's just go ahead and change the font real quick. And then same thing with this one. Now, say you wanted to keep this at the same size font that it originally was. Instead of scaling down the font size to make it smaller, what you can do is actually adjust the width of the background layer. So you can make it as long or as short as you want. I'm gonna keep it around here. You can also adjust the opacity to your liking. I like it just the way it was, so I'm just gonna press this reset button to take it back to the original setting. To adjust the position of the entire lower third, go ahead and make sure that this lower third is selected, and then press this icon right here, which is the transform tool. This is going to allow you to move around the lower third to wherever you want. So I want mine right over here to the side. And then to scale it down, you can either drag the corners right here, or you can also scale it using this slider right here. So I'm just going to keep mine like that, and then press done. All right, let's watch that. Okay, you'll notice that that is way too fast and you can barely read that. So what I'm gonna do is turn off that animation out. Now, when we play it back, it'll stop animating after that first transition in, and you can easily read what's on screen. Next, let's add a side info bar. So for this, again, just stay right here and scroll down until you get to the side info. I'm gonna select number 10. So for this is really great if you want to add some information about whatever you're talking about. In my case, I'm using this as more of a instructional guideline to tell you what to do with this lipstick. So let's go ahead and adjust everything. Okay, you'll see that right now, this text is really tiny. So I want to make it a little bit larger. To do this, we're just going to do what we did like before, make sure that this is selected, and then just adjust the size. And I'm also going to go ahead and change the font as well. You'll notice that I started it right here, so it transitions from one clip to the next. The reason why I'm doing this is because of personal preference. I just love the way that it looks, but of course you can go ahead and adjust this to wherever you want it to start and end. Alright, so with this, again, we have that same issue where it's transitioning out too quickly and it's not giving us time to read the text. So just like before, we're just going to check off that animation out. Now it's a lot easier to read. To add a like and subscribe icon, we're going to slide back up to our lower thirds. Now we're going to pick one of these. You'll see that there are a ton of options for subscribe, and you can also change the wording for things that don't say like and subscribe, like this one for instance. You could definitely change the wording and make it say like and subscribe. I really love this one though, so we're going to go ahead and drag and drop this into the timeline. I'm going to trim this down so that it aligns with my last clip. And then we're just going to go ahead and adjust the settings once again. Alright, to change the position, again, you could either use that transform tool right here, or just go ahead and use this right here. So for this, you can just go ahead and slide it over to wherever you want. Now, using the transform tool is a lot quicker, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I want this to be in the bottom left, and then I'm going to scale it down. You'll see that that background white area is a little bit hard to see, so I'm going to reset the color for color 2 and text 2. You know what, actually, let's go ahead and make those a different shade of pink so it just matches the theme. And there you have it, folks, a customized like and subscribe button that is personalized to your video. The last thing we're going to do is apply an end screen. So there are 10 different options, but the one I'm picking is end screen 1. I'm just going to go ahead and drag and drop this into my timeline, and then we're going to adjust all of these settings. So let's start off with just adjusting the colors, and I'll come back to all of these icons and all of that. Okay, so for these social media icons, you'll notice that you can actually adjust how many accounts you want to be visible. So you can bring it down to 3, 2, 1, or none. I'm gonna do 2 because Instagram and Facebook are just 2 classic ones. Snapchat I don't really use, and Twitter is just more of like it's a fun thing. I have it, but it's more for fun. So now let's just go ahead and change all of the text. I'm going to start off with the social media text. instantly you'll notice that my handle is way too long for the space that is currently given to us. But not to worry, you can actually change this. To adjust the width of this background pink layer, we're gonna scroll up a little bit until we get to social 1 width. Then we're just going to drag it out until it's as long as we want it. Right there is perfect. Now we're just gonna do the same thing with Instagram. This one is also a little bit too short, so I'm just gonna increase that width. All right, now it's perfect. I'm gonna adjust all of this wording, and then we'll jump into these gray boxes. Okay, let's adjust these gray boxes. We're gonna start off with these playlists right here. So what you can do is either have that little transition part show, or you can shut it off. To shut it off, simply select Use YouTube Videos. You could also completely get rid of that left column by pressing Hide Left Column. So now you're just gonna have this main screen right here. But I like that because I like having my playlist show, so we're gonna bring those back in. I also really like that transition, so I'm also gonna include that. Now, if you don't want this play icon to show, you can just press this one, toggle it off, and you'll get rid of that. But I also like that as well, so I'm just gonna keep that. To insert an actual video or image into these two boxes, you're gonna scroll down until you get to this area where it says video 1, video 2, and image placeholder. I'm gonna drag and drop 2 cover pictures from my previous editing videos into my timeline because I wanna use these as my cover picture for the end screen. So now that we have them in, we're gonna make sure that the end screen is selected once again, and then scroll down until we get to video 1. So for this one, just go ahead and press this icon right here. And then since this one is my editing playlist, I'm gonna do this Pat McGrath video because that's my most recent tutorial. And then I'm gonna press apply clip. Now for the keyframe one, we're gonna go to video 2, and then select the keyframe picture, apply clip, and there we go. It's so easy. And now we can just delete these and the images will still remain in our end screen. Now for this last gray area right here, you can either put an image, a video, or completely get rid of it, which is what I'm gonna be doing. So let's just go ahead and toggle that off. To do that, just deselect show main placeholder. Instead of that, what I'm gonna do is show the subscribe button because I wanna do that. You'll notice that subscribe is cut off, so no worries, we can also adjust the width for this one as well. You're gonna scroll down until you get to this area right here before the footer text. So now we're just gonna increase the width size until subscribe fully shows. I'm also gonna adjust the position of this button and move it over to the right by toggling the button position. And I'm also gonna move over the text so that it's a bit more aligned and centered with the rest of this section. And I am not in Vato TV, so I'm also gonna change that wording. And then we can go ahead and make more fine-tune adjustments to bring that text back towards the center. And let's just make a little bit more of a fine-tune adjustment to that subscribe button. Looking good. You'll notice that with these social logos, you also have the option to adjust the icon. So let's say you don't like the way that this Facebook icon looks, you can go ahead and either make another one in Photoshop and transfer it over to the video, or just find one online and drag and drop it to get that source image into this area, the same way that we did it with these two pictures. The last thing I'm gonna do is select an image for this image placeholder, which is this area right here. So let's go ahead and press this, and I'm gonna select one of these last clips from the final look. So let's say something like this one. And then apply clip, and now we have that as my background for this right area of the end screen. And then I'm just gonna scroll up because I actually wanna adjust this Instagram social media icon position over to the left a little bit so it's not all the way out here and looking a little bit misaligned. So let's go ahead over to this X position, and then just start to bring it over so that that tail end of the icon aligns with the end of that subscribe to queenshirin section. So somewhere like right here looks perfect. To add clickable links to your end screen, upload your video to YouTube and go to the end screen settings tab. Click add elements, then pick the video you want to add. Repeat this process if you want to add another video or playlist. Above that subscribe to queenshirin line, I'm gonna add a subscribe button to complete the end screen. Easy peasy and professional, just like that. And there you have it. Now you know how to edit like a pro YouTuber. Make sure to check the video description for the download link for the YouTuber Pack 3.0. Thanks again to Digital Products 669 for sponsoring this video. Leave a comment down below letting me know if you found this video helpful, and if you did, of course, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!